Welcome. I'm Maria Nordin. I have healed myself by rewiring my brain. I suffered from many chemical sensitivities, food sensitivities, and an autoimmune disease and a strange syndrome. And I healed all of those by rewiring my brain. And that's something I can show you how to do it. And this is my weekly live. We're now on my Free to Heal course platform. But today I want to tell my story and what happened after I released my first online course in Finland. And I'm telling this story also because I will share how I've used the Free to Heal method to different challenges in my life, because it's been quite a road to be, in the front line doing something very new and for some people even scary in Finland. I'm half Spanish and half Finnish, and I know that people, for example, in Spain, sometimes admire Finland and Finnish society and think that we're really advanced, but the truth might be a bit different. So, 2019, I released my first Free to Heal online course. I released it in Finnish, English, and Spanish. And of course, because I'm Finnish, I'm known in Finnish in Finland. So in the first wave, there were lots of Finnish course members. Like when I opened my course, there were more than 2,000 people that joined me and started healing. And I started to receive these incredible testimonials, video testimonials, messages, emails, and many people shared their stories, how they healed from allergies, autoimmune diseases, of course, mood problems, depression. People told me incredible stories, and what I did was I started sharing them. And I'm always really careful and mindful with what I say. So I've never claimed that, oh, my online course heals people. No, I've only told that, okay, this person here, she healed from severe fish allergy, or this person here, she told me that she healed from autoimmune diseases. And I've shared the people's stories. And I believe that what actually can heal us is the power within. So it's the life energy that heals us. So I am not a healer. My online course is not healing, or my book is not healing. It's the process what a person can experience and learn from the book or the online course. But yes, so first I released the online course, and then I started writing my book. My book in Finnish has been a bestseller also, and now you can find it in English, and soon this autumn my book will be released in Spanish and Estonian also. But what happened was that before I started my healing journey, I was a really well-known activist. I was activist that was writing about chemical safety, and I also was really known in these multiple chemical sensitivity groups in Finland. And most people, of course, my friends were happy when I healed, and when they saw that I had changed, they were really happy. But when I started writing about my healing in public, many of those persons who before were on my side turned against me. They were saying that it's not possible that you have healed, you have it's a hoax, you have been just pretending to have sensitivities and you have just pretended to be sick, and now it's not true. And so people who were not on my online course started making reports of it to the Chemical and Safety Agency. It's an official agency in Finland whose job is to be sure that products and so on are safe. And so lots of people who were not on my course started making reports saying that my online course is dangerous. And so this Chemical and Safety Agency, they started investigation on my online course. And of course, this all was on the news, because I've been a small celebrity in Finland already before this. I had my own TV program, and my husband is well known and so on. And I was writing the blog about chemical safety, so I was really well known. And all this was in the news, that now the Chemical Safety Agency is investigating on my online course and so on. Okay. And in Finland, there's one doctor who is really dedicated to writing about all these things that he thinks are hoaxes or are against this certain way of seeing the world. So he's a very skeptical and maybe materialistic doctor. He has a certain worldview, and everything that is not fitting with his worldview will be criticized in his blog. And that's okay. That's okay for me. But he was the one who made this investigation about my online course. And what he wrote was that it's very dangerous, that a person might expose her or himself to dangerous substances if doing my online course, that it's very dangerous. And he wrote a report for the Chemical and Safety Agency. And the Chemical and Safety Agency made the decision, and it was quite strange. So their final report was that my product is safe, but they will give me €100,000 penalty fine, so that I will never in the future do a dangerous online course. And of course, it's so the logic is not very solid, and it's quite difficult to understand what did they say. So they actually said that my online course is safe. It accomplishes all the safety requirements. My online course is safe, but they will give me €100,000 fine, that in the future I will never do dangerous online course. And this is then the media attacked. This was 2020. The media attacked, and all the news, in Finland, outside of the grocery stores and outside of every kiosk, there's this yellow tabloid, and there's like this size letters, and there's like Maria Nordin online course is dangerous and 100,000 penalty fine because it's dangerous. And this is what the media has been bombarding for 5 years now. And not even one journalist has bothered to read how absurd the report from the Chemical Safety Agency was. And not even one journalist has seen or listened to my online course, or I think they have not read my books either. And what they If you Google me in Finnish, you will find that Maria Nordin's online course is dangerous, and that's why I got the 100,000 euro fine. And of course, this it made me experience lots of emotions. I felt powerless. I felt sad. I felt like it wasn't justified, unjust. I felt angry and betrayed also. I couldn't trust in the society. And I've been using, of course, the Free to Heal all the time. Every time if a feeling arises, or I see a headline saying that Maria Nordin's online course is dangerous, I use the Free to Heal method, and I use the gratitude tool especially. And I tune into gratitude and think that all this happens because of a reason, and everything is all the time getting better. And yes, it was quite a shock to receive that 100,000 euro penalty fine. It doesn't mean I didn't have to pay it. Penalty fine means that if I would have then done a dangerous course, then I would have to pay it. But of course, it felt like quite scary, because my first online course isn't dangerous either. So how would I know? It felt like really absurd. And I think that I can't even rely on the law, because it seems that there's like a separate law for me. Well, anyway, I took this to the official court. I appealed, and it took 2 years. And 2022, the official court said that it was illegal, so that the Chemical and Safety Agency's decision and the penalty fine were illegal. But of course, the media didn't write it like that. They just wrote that they made it look like I had found like a way of doing things the dangerous way, but getting out of it. But anyway, the official court declared that it was not legal, the chemical agency's decision. So that was quite a win, but the media never showed it like that. Well, what happened next? Actually, it was 2020 that I was, of course, it was the Corona times, and we were at our summer house. And our cat was there, and we had some chicken, because we knew that we were gonna spend a lot of time in the summer house, so we took some chicken, and our cat also there. And in the midsummer evening, a neighbor's dog escaped. The neighbor's dog escaped and bit one of our chicken. The dog entered the chicken coop and took one chicken, and the chicken got a wound. And I told my husband that maybe it's best to just kill the chicken. And I was shocked, of course. I didn't have that much experience of chicken, and much less even of healing chicken wounds. But what I knew from my method was that if I want to help the chicken, the best thing for me is to stay calm, stay tuned into gratitude, and see the chicken heal fast. And that's what I did. In my imagination, I imagined that soon the chicken's gonna be fine. And actually the next day, the chicken already laid an egg. And the next day, our cat escaped. And in Finland, there's one poisonous snake species, and my cat, we found it in the evening. I thought that the cat was somewhere outside, but then in the evening, I heard some mewing, and I saw that the cat was inside. Okay, and there was something with the paw. I saw that the paw of my cat was a bit swollen, and the cat was looking a bit like depressed, or like the mood was not at the best. And I figured out that it might have been this poisonous snake that has bitten our cat. And I could see that it wasn't broken. The paw wasn't broken. And what I did for the chicken, we started putting some pine spruce, no, spruce resin salve. That's what we put into the wound, and the wound healed really quickly. Every day, me and my husband, we took the chicken and put some ointment on it, and the wound healed really fast. And as I said, the next day already the chicken was laying eggs. I was also like looking a lot on how the social stuff was going in the chicken coop, because I knew that if there's a sick chicken, the other chicken might harass the sick one. But there was nothing like that, and the chicken was fine. And with the cat, what I did was I was, of course, all the time. I even woke up in the night, like every half an hour, to check on the cat. We Googled, and we saw that many times, like, there were lots of comments where people told that their cats have healed like quickly from the snake bite and no problems. My husband called to the vet and asked a little bit of information, and they said that they would give like this painkiller, and they would give this anti-venom that was actually made for dogs. So that didn't sound very scientific for us, and it was my husband who decided that he wouldn't take the cat to the vet, nor the chicken, of course. Our third child was maybe 2 years back then, and I was all the time. Yeah, I was the main caretaker for the little girl, so it wasn't an option for me to go to the vet with the cat, nor the chicken. And yeah, I gave like just tiny bits of raw meat to the cat, and I helped the cat to go to the sandbox, and I let the cat be quite on its own, like the cat wanted to be under the sofa. And what I know about pain is that when one feels safe, the experience of pain changes. So if a person or an animal has any kind of pain, and at the same time you feel threat, the sensation of pain will be completely different from if you are having the same pain or same injury and you're feeling safe. Could be that you don't even feel the pain at all if you feel safe, connected, and you trust in your healing. So pain isn't something, it's not, it's always affected on how you experience that moment or the safety around you. So I tried to make for the chicken and for the cat all things so that they would feel safe. And also it meant that I had to feel safe myself in those situations, because there's lots of studies about how the owner's stress levels reflect on the pet's stress levels. And if the stress levels are high, the sensation of pain is high and much more intense. So I had to work a lot with myself. I used the gratitude tool, I did the memory exercise, I did the future exercise. And I really feel that I succeeded. The cat healed fast, the chicken healed fast. And then what I did next was something that was really obvious for me. At that time, I was posting a lot in Instagram, and I posted and I wrote about how wonderful our bodies are, how we have this healing power inside of us, that the only thing that we have to do is to let this healing power do its job, and we can heal fast. And what happened next was that like 50 persons from this cat group made these reports to the police saying that I was mistreating animals. And then 2 years after, on the last day that the right for the, like if there would have been a crime, the crime would have outdated that day, but the general prosecutor accused me then the last day of animal mistreatment. And I don't now remember if it's 1 year ago or 2 years ago when I went to court. I guess it was. Yeah, I went to court for this and I lost, and I got 60 days fine, which is a really heavy fine, plus these payments that I would have to pay for the government for the suffering of these animals. And also I was like condemned to lose my cat and also our bees. We had bees back then, honeybees. So because the judge ruled that I didn't give painkiller for the cat and the chicken, so I was mistreating the animals, and I got this really heavy fine for 60 days, 3,000 euros and more, and I lost my cat and my bees to the government. Of course, I didn't accept this, and I appealed. I complained of it, and now next week I am going to the Court of Appeal, and let's see what happens. But 1 year ago, or when this happened, 2 years ago, I think, when I got this this decision from the court, like the biggest media, there are two big medias in Finland. The government media, they wrote 11 articles about me, how I'm mistreating animals. 11 articles. And the second biggest media wrote 9 articles. And there were even, like in the metro stations, there's these screens, and inside the buses and metros, there are these screens, and they were all like bombarding. Maria Nordin has finally been convicted as an animal mistreater, and Maria Nordin has lost her animals, and Maria Nordin has to pay this and this. And they were like, for weeks, these news about how I am convicted criminal. And of course, what this has been like lots of emotions. And I just, like, all the time when there's emotions, thoughts, or even like physical sensations that are arising because of this case and these cases, I just take them with gratitude. I try to change my point of view. I see this as a game. I'm not fighting against anyone. I'm just speaking my truth. I'm living how I really think that is good to live from my heart. I can sincerely say that I know that it was the best decision for my cat, for the chicken. If we would have moved our cat and taken him to the vet, I know that our cat just goes crazy when I put him in the box or in the transport. cage, he just hates it, and that would have maybe killed him, because it's really important that when you have this snake venom, to stay calm. And I believe that the pain has a certain job, and its job is to keep the animal still, because if the animal wouldn't sense the pain, it would be running around, and that would be bad for it. So, but I also think that when the cat was quiet with his own family at his own place he decided that was safe for him, the sensation of pain was different. I agree that if we would have taken the cat to the vet, then it would have been a good decision to give the painkiller. But as we were at home, the best thing was to leave the cat. And I didn't leave him alone. I was all the time, like every 20, 30 minutes, I checked the cat and gave him a little bit of water, a little bit of meat, or took him to the sandbox. So it wasn't like we just left the animals like on their own. I was really taking care of it. And the funny thing is, of course, that we did this all together with my husband, but it was only me that got these crazy court cases out of it. And I said this in the last court, and the persecutor said that I have been influencing my husband with my ideology, so that he's not like, it's like he's not responsible of his own actions, because I have been influencing him. And what I do is, after the court, for example, I did this visualization where I imagined like all the people from the court, the judge, the persecutor, my lawyers, and I imagined us as children playing in a park, and I felt connected to them. I felt joy with them, and I felt that it was just a game. So for me, it is really important that every time then I feel triggered, whatever the cause, I just immediately notice that I become triggered, but at the same time, I quickly tune into gratitude and change my own attitude towards the thing that I think that causes the triggering. Because it's never the outside, it's always inside what triggers. So I don't want to be angry or bitter to the system, nor the judge, nor the persecutor. But I challenge myself to just send them happiness and joy and take this as a game. And I'm really grateful of this all. Like, even though it sounds quite terrible that there are like 20 and more articles about me, how I'm this convicted animal misuser, but every time that there's been like this kind of article, of course there's some people who say that, oh, you're a bad person, but there's so many people who say that, oh, I've thought that you were quite weird before, but now I started reading this article and I started thinking that this is not right, and then I checked your web page, and now I started your online course, and now I understand that I can heal, and now I've even healed. And so it's incredible how I see that this other, like the people who are against me, they're actually, because anything that you reject, you give power to. So they're trying so much to reject me and reject my message, that they're actually giving me more visibility and more clients. What makes me quite sad, that sadness I also welcome with gratitude, is that my husband has been affected quite a lot with this. My husband is a pop star in Finland, and before all of this, he was really popular, and he was all the time on the TV, the radio. He was invited to big events and concerts and festivals, and that's all gone after this. And it makes me feel a bit sad sometimes that my husband's job is affected by how the media is treating me. But I think that something good will also arise from this. And yeah, so these last days and last weeks, I've been like really concentrating on myself, strengthening myself, being really honest with myself, concerning all these emotions that this appeal court that is next week arises. But I'm really grateful because I think that this has made me stronger and even healthier. So even though these emotions, like it's maybe this like court case and the thing how media has been treating me in the TV, it looks like that is the thing that is triggering these emotions and thoughts and sensations in me, but actually it's something else. So I get like this opportunity to see what's inside, and I can also heal everything. So I feel even healthier than ever before, and it's quite wonderful. It's quite wonderful. What else was I thinking about? Yeah, the sad thing is also that I've lost lots of relatives, because there's many people who only read the mainstream news, and they don't bother to read what's my opinion. So we've lost friends and relatives, and also my children, my older children. They've heard and seen all those news in the metros and trams, but they're strong and they know what's the truth, and they've seen the chicken and they've seen the cat heal, so it's okay. And I got a really good person to testify. There's a senior vet who contacted me, and he's coming to the court next week, and his opinion is that he's never treated the cats with this poisonous snake bites. He's only like let them rest and given them a little bit of water, and they've all healed. And his opinion is that I did exactly the right thing, and that I took even better care than like normal people would do. And I really appreciate this senior vet that is coming. Actually, he lives in an island quite far from here, and I guess that he's coming like physically to the court, and I really feel so much gratitude for him. And I hope that I will, yeah, I've received so many messages from the Finnish people. But yeah, this is my story. And so if you Google my name and in Finnish, so that you will find lots of strange headlines, and they're not the exact truth. And I hope that if you are interested now in my method, that you read my book. You can find it on Amazon, or check my website and start thinking yourself if it's safe or not. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.